You know, we all have some type of kinks. Whether that's, going out to the bar, going out to the club, chilling, talking to the girls out there stuff. In my case, one of my kinks is pretty much being up in space, going at the eclipse, going after the blue sun, putting them down, whatever. Those are just some of my favorite kinks. And yet, some people don't even enjoy that. What I mean by that is, in some cases, or should I more actually say when it comes to DSP, there's a certain game that he just doesn't like. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think that could be? Well, let's find out, shall we? And we're going to my boy Duty Streams. All right, Duty, what do you have for us today?
Really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money.
I love this song too as well. My bills, my bills.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Y'all doing this morning? Welcome to the news desk. We only have one story to talk about today.
And what the story is, Phil, I'd like to hear it.
And I have to say it's kind of sad.
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message...
Okay. As you guys know, this last 1 to 2 weeks, I forget exactly what the date was. Excuse me.
Excuse me. I guess I'm stuck with the... Why don't you take something for that, Phil? Jesus Christ.
CD Projekt Red released.
Actually, yeah, he's a little low. Let me turn it up for you guys, okay? Hold on. Hopefully it's not too loud.
The long-awaited update and DLC expansion for Cyberpunk 2077 called Phantom Liberty.
Before you continue, Phil, what's the problem? I know you don't like Cyberpunk, so why is this something that you need to talk about?
This was well anticipated by fans of CD Projekt Red, especially after, as we all know, the insanely bad launch of Cyberpunk. The 2 to 3 years they've now been patching and trying to fix and upgrade this game. And finally, with this update, supposedly, the game is supposed to be playing at its full capacity of what it was actually intended to be.
Today, Junior?
What's the problem, Phil? What's the problem? Yeah, they fixed it patched. It took them a couple years to get it done. So what's the problem, Phil? I don't see this should be some worthy news you need to be talked about. Get on with it.
Alright, the bugs are fixed, the world supposedly now functions, right? Police work better now, gameplay elements have been improved, and people are overall saying it is a much better game than it was 2-3 years ago at launch. Now,
even though I had to download the game myself, ladies and gentlemen, from the videos I've seen, yeah, it's a hell of a lot better. I actually do plan buying the DC at some point in time. Right now, I'm taking care of other things.
for transparency purposes for everyone here, I played it at launch, alright? Even though the game had tons of technical issues, which of course everyone made fun of, that actually wasn't my criticism of the game.
No, it wasn't. Actually, I really want to hear what was the reason why you didn't like the game, Phil. Let's hear it.
My problem was that I felt the core gameplay elements just weren't very fun. You had gunplay and hacking and environmental exploration that was very similar to Deus Ex. Only
They were inspired by Deus Ex. That's not a problem, Phil. If you didn't like Deus Ex, then you wouldn't like this game, Phil. So that's not really a problem. That's more of a you issue. I actually enjoy it. I still even though I haven't played Cyberpunk in a little while, but I actually still enjoy Cyberpunk. I actually think it's one of the better games that CD Projekt Red has made in a very long time.
Deus Ex did it better. You had, almost gunplay similar to Borderlands in a lot of cases, almost like it was a looter shooter, and I think...
How the hell does... that comparison, Phil, is garbage. It's not similar to Borderlands. Goodness gracious. Where in the world you came up with that comparison?
Borderlands did it better. The narrative-based structure of the game, I felt that other RPGs had done it better. The world, at first, admittedly, the world was intriguing to me. The world of this post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk deal, where every...
Phil, it's meant to be a bit of a darker tone. It's not meant to be like peanut butter and jelly. It's a darker tone. It's more of almost to a futuristic reality of our own world, Phil. So yeah, it's not like any other RPG. It's its own type of thing. Okay, Phil?
Everything's been commercialized, right? And it's fun for like maybe 5 hours. And then after 5 hours, essentially, we basically get to a point where it's like, okay, this is not fun anymore, because everywhere I go, it's like a billboard. And the billboard is like so obnoxious.
And his crotch throbbing. Oh no! I love you, mister! I love you! Let's do this! Oh, I love you! I love you, Rio! Oh, I love you! Oh! He's gone berserk! I can't just fight him again while he's like this. I have to get out of here!
Like, you know, a big robot penis or something.
So that's the reason why you stopped playing the game, Phil?
Oh my god. Like, I'm just so tired of this stupid shit. I really am. Congrats.
That's the reason why? Sexual objects? That's the reason? Oh my god. Phil, if you did research, you would have been saw it has sexual things in it, Phil. You just constantly keep proving that you don't do any type of research whatsoever. I've been knew about it, Phil, and that didn't bother me. Why is this all of a sudden an issue? Why is this all of a sudden that this is the reason why I didn't like the game? If you didn't like the game, you just simply didn't like the game. But don't make it seem like, well, this is the reason why the game is not good. No, Phil, you just didn't like the game because of that. And, continue.
And, oh yeah, you know, pay for the pump machine sucker or whatever. You know, okay, I get it. Sex is commercialized.
The Eastern Territories all but belong to the orcs.
Oh, great.
I'll have my men ready to depart.
Oh, look, it's gonna be Game of Thrones. Right now, here we go. They have to have these scenes. Game of fucking Thrones.
Engulf the mines ere long. Besides, you already have your orders.
Who is Barnabas? I don't even know who this is.
Yes,
Who's Barnabas?
The dark swallows more of the realm with each passing day. The land starved of the ether that gives it life. And as the fringes fade, the people flock to the mother crystals, desperate for their blessing. The war we wage for possession of...
Health is commercialized. You could customize your body. It's all commercial. I get it. But...
yeah, Phil, back in the creation... when you was creating your character, you could change all that, from the boobs to the penis to everything else, Phil. You can change all that. How did you not catch on to that?
When you see it for like the 5th, 7th, 10th, 20th, 40th, 80th hour, it's just not... It doesn't have the same impact. Instead of...
And you alone.
So stupid. 1,000,000% they're trying to be like edgy Game of Thrones.
First entered these halls. Your pale hand pressed into his, as if it would never let go.
That was a long time ago. Yours is the only hand I need. Now and always.
It's just obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like the entire universe is based around this premise. It's like, okay, the universe of The Witcher has some gross, obnoxious stuff, but it's also kind of a fun fantasy universe.
Oh, God. Phil, there was plenty of sexual things in The Witcher. Same thing here. Not much of a difference other than body parts being changed around, Phil. How's this a glaring issue with Cyberpunk? You're making an issue with one thing. If you to say that you wasn't a fan of the story, fine. If you was a fan of the gameplay elements such as the shooting stuff, fine. If you go sit there and say I wasn't a fan of the looting, fine. Now you're making a complaint of the sexual thing, which is a very small thing in the game, Phil. You really make me want to go through this screen and just put you in a headlock.
The universe of Cyberpunk is literally just obnoxious. It's not fun. It's actually annoying. Like, I didn't find it fun or interesting after the first few shock value hours. It just becomes so, like, you're so desensitized to everything in the world that the
She can't move her legs.
Benedicta.
Ew. Wow, it's like holding a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Take care.
Does the lion take care
Wow.
when he traces
Look at the
hair?
scale.
Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love.
Oh my god.
You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm absolutely
I'm
revolted.
not afraid
Look at
of
this
little
disgusting
frost,
behavior.
Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
Wow. You know, they said it was going to be like Game of Thrones. I didn't know they were actually going to copy the scenes. There you go.
Oh my goodness gracious, Phil. If I'm not mistaken, a few weeks back when you was playing GTA 5, you were actually laughing at, I believe it was a dog screwing something. It was some type of sexual act in that game, and you was crack up laugh at that. Now all of a sudden in Cyberpunk, that's an issue. You are just so pathetic, Phil. In other words, any sort of sexual things you think is too much. You think it's too much. You take yourself way too seriously, Phil. And these are the reasons why people laugh at you. People make fun of you because you take it so seriously. Rich has said it. Duty has said it. Minxie has said it. Guard the Rage. And players have said it. You take yourself way too serious. And that's your biggest issue. Let go. Matter of fact, you should be able to let go now because I don't believe Kat is no longer there. Allegedly, I don't think she's there, so you don't have to worry about it, Phil. You could go ahead and laugh at it now. You could actually enjoy the games play with sexual things, Phil. You could actually let go and stop being so uptight like you got a big ass stick up your ass.
The whole appeal of it isn't funny anymore, you know? And there's entire plot lines kind of based around this. Like, this is stupid, you know? A lot of the content is superfluous or not interesting that's in the game. Out of all the quest lines I did, like my favorite quest lines was there was a serial killer you had to hunt down with the detective companion. That was fun.
What he means by that is hunting down cyber psychos. It wasn't just one of those multiple. And yes, that was pretty fun. You had to hunt them down, disable and stuff like that. In other words, by disable, was it EMP? Pretty much, you cannot kill them. You had to disable them somehow. I forget the methods and stuff like that because I haven't played in a while. But regardless of that, yeah, that part, those were pretty fun, a lot of fun, Phil.
And there was a plot line where a politician was being mind controlled and used as a puppet for a giant like organization, clandestine group. That was really neat. Those plot lines resonated with me, and I still remember them years later because they were so well executed, okay? But for every one of those plot lines, there was a dumb cyberpunk plot line that was over the top, drugs and sex and stupid, and it wasn't.
Thanks for the water. No, screw the water. Wait, screw me. Well, that's some typical Yakuza style humor. Oh my god, we gotta outrun him. Oh my god, he's right there. His boner's out. Run. Quickly. Quickly. Out of the way, you stupid drunk. There's a crazy horny man behind me with a big raging boner. Oh my god. No, it's a dead end. His boner struck me. Oh my god, Jasper, look out. There's a man with a raging boner. We gotta get out of here. Come on, Jasper. Go. Oh my god, go. Are you shitting me? I don't know where the woman is. It says she's over here. We have to run through the entire town while this man with a raging boner is coming after me. This is absolutely ridiculous. I went the wrong way. Oh shit. Oh, I could have used something to stop him. Look at this. How do you do this? Oh my god.
Phil, those are small things. The sex you don't have to engage with. The drugs you don't have to do. You don't have to engage with none of that, Phil. You can actually play a squeaky clean character, Phil. You can actually do that within the game. It's not that difficult. You make it seem like, oh, they force you to have sex. They force you to do drugs. No, they don't, Phil. There's been plenty of times within the game I didn't use the drugs, or I didn't had sex with these characters. The only character I had sex within Cyberpunk was with what's her name? Pam Ham? Excuse me, Pam. And that's the only one. Other than that, Phil, it isn't It isn't. Let, continue, Phil. Continue, Phil. Just continue with your stupid nonsense.
Wasn't interesting. It was just dumb and hackneyed, in my opinion. Lowbrow, bad writing, just shitty. And when you combine gameplay elements from other franchises that are done better in other franchises with a world that just wasn't that interesting but more annoying than anything.
That is the biggest grade 8 horseshit I have ever heard. The world's not that interesting? There's so much in the world of Cyberpunk. So much lore. So much anything you could possibly want, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much to do in Cyberpunk. The fact that he said that, oh my goodness.
Like I told you guys, when I was playing Cyberpunk, I probably enjoyed myself 20% of the time I played the game. Only 1/5 of the time that I played Cyberpunk 2077 did I have any fun. That's not good. That's a very low percentage rate. Okay? So when you guys asked me, hey, are you going to buy Phantom Liberty and play it? Did you hear they improved the game?
Of course he's not. Of course not. Because he already said the reason why he didn't like Cyberpunk, the sexual themes. Unless they remove all that stuff, then he may want to buy it, but that's never going to happen. So I don't know why anybody's asking that question.
My answer is, fuck no. I'm not spending any more money on that game. I didn't like the original, and it wasn't because the game was a broken mess at launch. It's because the game just itself wasn't fun. It was a 20% enjoyment rate game for me. So why would I...
That's a you problem, Phil. I actually enjoy the game. I actually enjoy Cyberpunk, okay? I actually found it fun. That's just a you problem, Phil.
put myself through that? I know it'll happen. I'll buy the expansion. It'll run better. It won't have crashing. It won't have graphical issues. The police probably work better. And I'll just sit there, and I'll be bored to tears, not liking the game, and then there'll be one mission.
Phil, you are right about one thing. You being bored because you are a very, very boring streamer. Again, I said in my previous videos, when it comes to Street Fighter, that's the only time I get to enjoy watching you because I know you're going to bitch and moan once you lose. But the majority of the games you play with is incredibly boring because you make it boring, Phil. You and you only.
I like, and then I'll be bored to tears again, you know? So that's why I didn't get it. But more power to you. If you're someone who wanted to play more Cyberpunk, maybe you enjoyed Cyberpunk a lot, and you're upset that it was such a broken mess at launch, you've been waiting for them to fix it, and now they fixed it, enjoy, right? The expansion is out.
Grow up. The fuck's your problem? I'm 41 years old. I have no time for children on my stream who are going to be nasty to others. This is supposed to be a place where we're all having fun with games, we're enjoying ourselves companies, and not fucking being dicks to each other. You want to be a dick? There's 5 million other fucking streams where all they do is make fun of people constantly. They're toxic fucking cesspools of shit. Go swim in the shit toilet and get off my fucking stream.
Yeah, let them enjoy it, Phil. Let them enjoy it without you being the #1 hater to that game. You're something else. You are really something else. You're very pathetic.
But why am I bringing this up on DSP News?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Why are you bringing it up, Phil? Why? Just why? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting my time where I gotta react to this?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, since Phantom Liberty released, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Okay, you ready for this? It sold a meager 3 million copies.
And what's the problem? It's a DLC. What's the fucking problem?
For the record, Cyberpunk sold way, way more than that overall as a new release. Meaning, the vast majority of people who have Cyberpunk opted.
It just occurred to me. The reason why it did so well, Phil, it was at the beginning. I wouldn't say the beginning, but somewhere within when COVID happened. So people more shut in. So that's why it sold so much more, Phil, because people couldn't go out and do things. They had to be in the house. That's why, Phil.
To not play the expansion, they just don't care about it anymore. First impressions were a bitch, and since the game was...
You're right, first impressions were a bitch. They got it right. And the only reason why a good chunk of people haven't played it yet is because they're playing other games. Guaranteed you, they bought the DLC, and once they finish the other game, they're going to come to Cyberpunk, because we know how long it is, Phil. The stuff you come up with is just completely pathetic and mind-boggling that you think this is the reason why, when it's just your own little dumbass theories.
Was junk at launch. They have no desire to go back and play this expansion. Alright? Now the problem with that is that CD Projekt Red spent the vast majority of their time and resources fixing this game in the last...
They had to, Phil. Even on the PC side, things that they find, on the console side, they got a lot of backlash, so they had to fix it, Phil.
Last 2 years. So, literally all they worked on was this. It came out, and only a very small percentile of those who bought the game care. So, what does that mean? It means that the company is in hot water because, ladies and gentlemen,
I can't with this guy. Hot water. They were in hot water, Phil, but now they're doing very well. Oh, I can't with this idiot. I just can't.
After these sales results were announced, listen to this. You ready for this? The value of CD Projekt Red has dropped 27% in a week. Over 1/4 of the value of the company was lost on the publicly traded stock market.
What does it have to do with the game, Phil? What does it have to do with the damn game? You know what? Continue, because I want to know how does CD Projekt Red stock affect the DLC when it's already been finished and it's out, Phil? How? Continue, Phil. Just continue with your stupidity.
Because people are not buying this expansion. Sad part is that people playing it are saying it's good. They're like, it's good, it's reviewed well, but people just, in general, don't want to go back to this game. They say the game was supposed to be good 2 years ago. We don't care about going back and spending more money on this.
Fill up. Spend more money. Pretty much before the expansion, they've been giving out free DLCs constantly within the game. Apartments, new cars, other weapons. People ain't been paying shit for that. Okay? So where do you come up with that one? Okay. You're, oh my goodness. Let's continue.
This expansion, you should have had the game good 2 years ago at launch. So the problem with that is, alright, according to the reports about CD Projekt Red, alright, listen to this. It cost them almost $100 million to make Phantom Liberty, which is a humongous budget for just an expansion.
Yeah, it did, and they made that money up very quickly, Phil. Matter of fact, they made that money up way before they even launched the expansion, Phil. So, again, how does this affect the game? How does this affect the game?
Okay, the next release that CD Projekt Red is planning on making, alright, is many years down the road. You know, they already have announced multiple Witcher products, correct? So I think there's like a new Witcher. I don't know if it'll be Witcher 4. I think there's supposed to be a spin-off as well. And they've already said there'll be no further updates to Cyberpunk. This was it. Now...
Yeah, because they want more of another project, Phil. That's what pretty much any other game developer. Once they finish with one product and do whatever DLCs they plan on doing, they drop that and move on to something else, Phil. That is nothing new.
Now they're going to start working on Cyberpunk 2. Okay, in addition, CD Projekt Red had already announced that their next plan is to open a new studio in North America, which is going to be all new employees that they need to hire to start designing new games.
Okay, that should be a good thing. Again, move on, Phil. Just move on why this is going to affect the game. Just move on, please.
So, what is going to happen is the question, because if they've lost over 1/4 of their value of a company in 1 week, unless sales start to spike for Phantom Liberty, this could be disastrous for the company. It could be seen that this company, even though it could be publicly seen they did the right thing, right? They did do the right thing. They got the game fixed.
They launched a DLC. They're making money off that. They did free DLCs before Phantom Liberty. They have been doing the right thing, Phil. Again, how does it affect this game? Really, I like to know, because right now you're giving us a big fat nothing burger.
They developed the product, they released it 2 years ago. It was broken. It was buggy. It was completely unfinished. It should not have been sold in that state. It became...
You're right about that, Phil. I agree. It should not have been sold at that time. They should have put it back in the oven, or better yet, dropped the old console and just kept it with the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, which I believe they eventually did do that. But keep it with just the Xbox One and the Series S and the PlayStation 5 and the PC, and that would have been just perfectly fine, Phil. So again, get to the damn point.
The whipping boy of the gaming community, right? Everyone jumped on that bandwagon of making fun of Cyberpunk. And they knew to save face, to get back to being a reputable game developer, they had to fix this problem. They took 2 years and $100 million to do it. They knew that if they didn't, if they just said, fuck it, let's not do it. All right?
They had to, because at the time, this was the biggest game that they kept announcing. It was pretty much up in the top 3. So yes, they had to get it right to make up for it, Phil.
Let's just move on to the next. I think it actually would have made them look worse, right? But in this case, I guess financially was it the right decision? Because even though they put all this time, effort, and money into fixing their wrong...
I only got a couple more minutes with this video, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize if I sound like I'm ranting so much, but pretty much Phil is just giving us a big fat nothing burger at this point about the game. And if it's nothing more important, then I might end it a little bit early with this one.
Wrong, right? It doesn't seem like the vast majority of people who bought the original game really even care. And now Wall Street is upset with the fact that all this time and effort for the last 2 years seems to have kind of been a waste.
How's that a waste, Phil? How's it a waste? They invested money, they earned their money back, and then some, Phil. How's that a waste? Wall Street, other people, please. Where is the other evidence proving that it was a waste, Phil? Show me other evidence, because right now, the sources you come with, you probably made them the fuck up.
And now they've lost a lot of their value. And again, when you don't have another product right around the corner to sell and start making money for your company again, and you already have planned expansions, that's going to be even more money spent, that is not good. So what will happen, we don't know. You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think that one horrible mistake should be the end of anything. I don't think that because CD Projekt Red goofed the launch of Cyberpunk, even though I don't like Cyberpunk, alright?
Okay, you don't like Cyberpunk. Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about the game? Like, seriously, why are you even bringing this up? This is a huge waste of time, Phil.
It's fine for me to not like the game and move on and not have to harp on this company, you know, in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? I still like things CD Projekt Red has done. I really like Witcher 3.
You like Witcher 3. It has sexual themes. You don't like Cyberpunk because of the sexual themes. Continue.
I want to see more Witcher games. I would like to see them do other projects. If they make a Cyberpunk 2, I probably won't care. But there are other things I feel that they are up to the task of making great games. And I don't think that this one mistake should be a permanent slight on their record forever. I think they can still do great things. I don't want to see the company tank.
Oh, here's something that both you and I agree on. I don't want the company to tank neither, Phil. I don't. I want them to do well. Just like you want them to do well. Even though you're throwing shade at Cyberpunk. One of their latest creation, Phil. You're throwing shade at that. Ugh.
Now, because this one mistake that they're gonna forever never live it down, right? I hope that's not the case. I hope that this is maybe just a temporary thing and they will recover from it. But I really don't want to see them fail as a company because of this. But yikes. Yeah, losing 27% of the value of your company is a horrible thing to have.
Alright, I'm going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't take anymore because your boy is going to end up going nuts. He's going to end up probably breaking something out. This is the reason why I'm going to do clips of Phil. I can't watch his full stream because at some points in the stream it gets my blood going, because especially with this video right here that Duty did, it just shows how much of a narcissist and an asshole he can be over a product he doesn't like. Guess what, Phil? If you don't like the product, say I don't like this game and keep it moving. All right, but no, you still want to harp on it. It's just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. So anyways, that's it for this video. I'm gonna head back up to space, continue doing my thing, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take it easy.